Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas. Today, we're going to dig into theologian Timothy Keller's take on wisdom, drawing from a really powerful section of the book of James.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we're going to tackle the powerful problem our words create, and then we'll completely redefine what it even means to be wise. After that, we'll see it in action with some fantastic analogies, and finally, we'll explore where this kind of wisdom actually comes from.
So the book of James, which is where this whole idea comes from, kicks things off with this incredibly sharp observation about, the human condition and the unbelievable power of our words. To get us thinking, James throws out this question. It's simple, but it's deep. It's a setup, right? It's meant to make you stop and think about this huge, kind of troubling contradiction he sees in the way we all talk. And boom, there it is. This just nails the core problem, doesn't it? Our mouths, they're like that spring. Our words have this incredible power to build people up and to just completely tear them down. And it's all coming from the exact same place, us. It's this paradox we all live with every single day. Now, Timothy Keller really drills down on this. This isn't just some small character flaw. Think about it. We need words to live, just like we need food and water. But that's the thing that makes us so unbelievably vulnerable when they're used to hurt someone. Poisonous words can be every bit as damaging as actual poison. And get this, there's this wild, kind of shocking story from history that just drives this point home. Back in the 13th century, an emperor named Frederick II wanted to figure out what humanity's original language was. So he ran this experiment. He made sure these infants had everything they needed physically, food, warmth, you name it. But he ordered the caretakers never to speak a word to them. The result? It's tragic. Every single one of them died. It just goes to show you, without words, we literally can't survive, which makes using them as poison, wow, so much more devastating. So here's the big takeaway from all that. If our destructive words are just the symptom, Keller, by looking at James, says the real problem, the root cause, is way, way deeper. It's not the tongue, it's the heart. That's the spring where both the fresh and the salt water are coming from. Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, it starts with totally rethinking what it even means to be wise. And spoiler, it's not about being the smartest person in the room. Keller boils it down to this simple but pretty profound definition. Wisdom isn't about cramming your head with facts. It's about seeing the connections between things. It's about seeing and then building relationships. And I love this slide because it makes the difference so clear. Knowledge is just having the facts. Like, that honey is sweet. Okay, great. But wisdom is different. It's about how you relate those facts to the world. It's about actually tasting the sweetness. See the difference? One's just abstract information, the other is real, lived, relational understanding. And the text itself in James lays out these two very different paths. You've got what it calls earthly wisdom. And look at the words. Envy, ambition, disorder, it just tears things apart. But then you have heavenly wisdom, and it's all about relationship. It's pure, peace-loving, considerate. It builds things up. Okay, I know seeing relationships can sound a bit, abstract. So Keller gives us 3 awesome, really concrete analogies to make this crystal clear. First up, the athlete. Let's think about a master athlete who has a kind of physical wisdom. Keller points to the basketball legend Larry Bird. Towards the end of his career, he definitely wasn't the fastest guy out there, not even close, but he was maybe the wisest. Why? Because he saw the court differently. He saw the relationships between players, between his team's strengths and the other team's weaknesses, in a way nobody else did. He didn't just know the rules, he knew how to win. That is a kind of wisdom. Okay, from the basketball court, let's head to the concert hall. Now think about a brilliant composer. Keller brings up the composer Verdi. Here's the thing. Every composer has the same set of notes to play with. That's it. But a genius like Verdi, he has the wisdom to see a new relationship between those notes, a way to put them together that creates something absolutely breathtaking. That ability to take separate pieces and make a beautiful whole is artistic wisdom. And the last analogy is maybe the most powerful and really the most important one, the peacemaker. You know this person. We all know someone like this. They're just masters of human relationships. They're the ones who can smooth things over, who can hold a team or a family together. When everyone else just sees a fight, they see a way forward, a path to connection. That's the deepest wisdom of all, seeing and building human relationships.
So, if this relational skill is what wisdom is all about, how in the world do we get it? Well, Keller's point is that you can't just, study for it in a book or work really hard and earn it.
He lays out two paths that are really interconnected. It's like a journey. There's a part we have to walk, and then there's a gift we have to receive.
The first path is through humility. And often we learn that the hard way, right? Through suffering. Keller says that trials and tough times force us to see reality. They show us our limits. They knock the pride out of us. And pride is just stupid because it's completely disconnected from what's real. So humility is the starting point for wisdom because it gets us back in touch with what's true.
But that's not the end of the story. Humility is crucial, but it's not the ultimate source. Keller argues that real, true wisdom has to come from outside of ourselves. It has to be a gift. The text from James says it right there, the wisdom that comes from heaven. Keller's take on this is huge. It means wisdom isn't something we find, like a concept we figure out. It's a gift we have to receive. And here's the ultimate shift. Wisdom isn't a what, it's a who. It's a relationship to be had.
And that just brings everything together so perfectly, doesn't it? If the problem starts in the heart, creating words that both bless and curse, and the solution is a kind of wisdom that's all about building relationships, then it only makes sense that the ultimate source of that wisdom is also relational. This leaves us with a final, really powerful question to think about for ourselves.